could give in like 2 things for the holidays. Swords and books.
Pretty on brand.
Feels like a problem. Leave the diagnosis in the comments. Anyway.
We have a little bit of a holiday book haul for you guys, as I'm sure everyone got lots of books. Obviously, he likes what he got. They are on his head.
They're Marie Brennan, but the books are A Natural History of Dragons.
That's so creepy.
The Tropic of Serpents. And A Voyage of the Basilisk. What I think is actually really interesting about these is I'm like kind of a sciencey person, as you can tell by my high quality engineering degree stacking books all in my head. The books are effectively like a naturalist history of their adventures naturalizing the dragons. Basically, what Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them actually should be. Haven't read them yet, obviously. It's only been like, I don't know, 6 days. If you're watching this in the current, now, past, or future, why? But more importantly, they're fascinating. They're lovely. I have a obsession with dragons. Somewhere around here is a book on the history of the literature of it. Don't pick it up. It's naughty.
You're a book killer. Oh, we don't throw books here. I got Heart of Flames, which is the second book in the Crown of Feathers trilogy by Nikki Poupredo. I really like the first book. It's a really good YA fantasy. I love the Animages magic system in there, and I loved some of the YA tropes in there. Some of them weren't my favorite, but I'm excited for the second installment in the trilogy.
Okay, but like spoiler free, what made you, because we aren't necessarily second book people, like right now we're there's a very popular fantasy author who we're currently not reading the books of.
More on that later. I wanted to pick up the second book because, well, the first one kind of really roped me into the world building and kind of the political tension between the Animages and the rest of the Empire and the soldiers, and it was very interesting to see that dynamic. And after, you know, no spoilers, but after the ending of the first book and the climax that happened there, I'm very, very curious to see how the political things kind of shift and change as our main character goes through a lot of change herself.
Just like Gollum, they shift between 2 sides. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of Gollum jokes right now. You know how, like, when you're talking on stage, or you're doing programming, there's a tradition in programming, you put a duck on the thing. We don't have a duck, we have a Gollum.
Yeah, on stage, you stare at a light, you just hope that light likes you.
I mean, he is the brightest light I've ever seen.
The next thing that I got over the holidays were more V.E. Schwab books. I am a huge, huge lover of V.E. Schwab, so I got Vicious and Vengeful for Christmas to continue my almost year-long binge of her, so I guess it's going to be continuing on to 2022. I'm currently reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and absolutely loving it, and I'm very excited to get back to the more action-packed kind of writing that she did with Shades of Magic series, because I loved it. So yeah, got these as well, and very excited to jump into them in 2022.
You don't move.
You're no longer trusted.
It brings me joy. So much joy. Would you like me to rip the book in half for you? Now, in all seriousness, The Witcher Blood Elves, I ran into it because I'm not a super big gamer, but I like single-player role-playing games. The Witcher 3, in particular, is super famous for being a really good role-playing game in the storytelling side and choice. I'm fascinated by how different mediums portray story. Anyway, I really wish I could get the little button on this. Pet peeve. Don't put buttons that say you're now on net. No! I want cover art, not
and then you ruin the cover trying to take it off.
Digression aside, I really love the story of The Witcher. I love gritty versions of fairy tales. Like, I'm a fan of Lev Grossman's The Magicians. I was introduced to that also by the Netflix series, which is a little bit weird. The novel of The Magicians, somewhere over there, I believe, isn't quite as much for me for this, but the show itself reminded me very much of like the vibe and energy of my weird small liberal college experience. It's going to be the butt of many jokes. I really love being able to be obsessed about a story, a culture, a characters, universe, really, that's new and fun and could teach me about like Polish mythology or storytelling in a different way. And even if the creatures are the same, which they aren't, but the story itself is often colored by the cultures and beliefs of a people. And even more to it, one of my favorites is The Lord of the Rings. As deep as Tolkien goes, he's inaccessible to most people, and I've been there for so long, I know it.
Anyway, more to come in 2022, most anticipated reads, and some feedback as we delve into the new series that we just got. Sayonara.